Hello, collective. This is Nicole coming from Love, Romance, and Passion. I do want to welcome you to this spiritual guidance reading for Tuesday, September the 2nd, 2020. This reading is for all zodiac signs individually, your sun and your moon. I'm not doing the rising or ascendant readings, so these readings once again will only be for those who have these zodiac signs in their sun or moon. And I'm really pulling the cards according to how the spirit is bringing them out. I'm shuffling the cards according to how the spirit is jumping them out to me, my spirit guides, ascended masters, and divine team of angels and ancestors. So let's go ahead and get started. This reading will be for someone who has moon in their Scorpio transformation. We have the number 20 here. 20 breaks down to two tens, and the 10 breaks down to 5. Okay? So what we want to talk about in accordance to that is just what it's saying, transformation. Okay, you have major life changes headed your way. Okay, so there is a major right now emotional change taking place in your life. Okay, there are big changes, as you can see. We have the moon here. As you can see, the butterfly represents, whenever you see butterflies, major changes that are taking place. Also, we have here your spirits and your guides. Let's point that out. We do have your spirits and guides here that are guiding you, okay, and leading you towards your destiny. We have the galaxy here. Here we have the galaxy. So this is also your spirits and guides and ancestors leading you. And this is also the universe connecting with you to let you know that they are with you during this time of transformation. So someone or whoever has moon in their Scorpio, or this could be for a cross watcher, whoever's watching the video, you're going through a major life change right now. A lot of transformations are taking place. So let's go ahead and get started with your spiritual guidance reading. Here we have from the Wisdom Oracle, we have the number 2, Yin. Okay, so this has to do with your union. This has to do with your partnership. As you can see, we have the divine here, the divine here as well, letting you know that your union is protected. If you are in a union with somebody, or if you are supposed to be in a union with someone, the universe is letting you know, the divine is letting you know that your union, your love is most definitely protected. Okay, so here with the yin, starting with the spiritual guidance, it's almost as if it's saying, let things flow. Okay, when you see the yin card come out with the wisdom oracle, it's telling you to let things flow in accordance to how the universe has it aligned. Okay, let someone else come and make the first move, towards you. Okay, so the yin has to do with more of the feminine principle of you receiving. Okay, of you receiving whatever is coming towards you in love, what's coming towards you in a relationship that's having to do with love, also your spiritual guidance, also your prosperity, and also in regards to you being protected. Okay, so we're going to start in regards to what the universe is trying to say to you. Okay, so the universe wants you to know that you need to accept what's coming to you. Okay, get ready to accept what is about to appear before your face. Okay, rather than try to control the situation, the universe is saying with this yin card here, let us control it. Okay, your spirits, your guides, your ancestors, the universe, whoever you believe in, your ascended masters. I simply say ascended masters. Ooh, I'm sorry, I knocked that over. I simply say ascended masters simply because it's talking about. Okay, so as I was saying before, to those who have moon in Scorpio, or also you could be someone who may be interested in someone who has a moon in Scorpio and you're listening to this video, or maybe you're just watching the video because you were guided here by your spirits and your guides and your ancestors. But as I was saying before, talking about the spiritual guidance, this is talking about letting things flow. Okay, letting the universe guide you, letting your creators, your ascended masters guide you. Your ascended masters is whoever your creators are to you, whoever you believe in. Okay, you could believe in Allah, you could believe in Buddha, you could believe in Muhammad, who's also associated with Allah, Muslim religious beliefs. You could believe in Oshan, you could believe in Yahshua, you could believe in God, you could believe in the source, the universe, the divine, the higher power, your creator, whoever your God is to you. You could believe in the devil, you could be a person who worships Satan, whoever your God is to you. At the end of the day, you have to let them take the lead and allow things to flow. Okay, so that is the spiritual guidance message from the Ascended Masters. Let's talk about the spiritual guidance message in regards to your love life. Okay, this is simply saying you need to let the person who has been divine for you come forth, okay, in the right timing that they feel they need to do so. Okay, don't rush whatever is to play out behind the scenes before it's time for you to actually be with this person. Okay, you need to allow this person to come forth towards you when the universe or your ascended masters or their ascended masters says it's time for this person to come forth. During this transformation, you could be having major things that you need to work on, and you could be rushing or calling in your person before it's actually time for the person to arrive. So let's keep that in mind. Also, when we're talking about spiritual guidance, let's also keep in mind that this is the person that the divine has for you or has predestined for you. So make sure you're letting the divine guide you in the union that has been prepared for you. Okay, so let's talk about now prosperity. Okay, this is saying that you need to present your ideas, but let others use their power as well to present what they have. Okay, so this is all about creation, okay, and collaboration. Okay, you need to let others collaborate with others, learn to collaborate with others, and not be so pushy and so bossy to present what you have all the time, but give others the chance and the opportunity to present as well what they have to bring forth as well. Okay, so that's your message concerning your career. Okay, we're going to talk about your protection. Okay, in the face of protection, the universe is simply saying here, or whoever your ascended masters are, what they are simply saying to you is that you are protected. Okay, you are protected, but you need to let others give to you at some point in time. okay? Because you are a person that could possibly give a lot, but you're not willing to receive, okay? And this yin card is all about letting things flow, but letting others take the lead, letting others come to you, being able to receive what someone wants to give to you. It's okay to give, but it's okay to receive as well, okay? So this is your spiritual message from the yin card. Okay, let's get the spiritual message from the higher power card. Okay, so the spiritual message from, let's see, can we put it like that without it falling? Let's put it like that. See if you can see it. Okay, so the spiritual message card is you need to make contact with your higher power. Okay, you need to make contact with your divine source. Okay, whoever your divine source is, this is the person that you need to commit to in partnership. Okay, this is the person that you need to talk to. As you can see, if you can see it, what is like, here's the person right here, and then right here in the middle is their ascended master. Okay, they're the creator, they're divine. Okay, and it's saying that you need to connect. Okay, you need to connect with your higher power. Okay, your higher power is calling on you to connect with them. They want to talk to you, they want to spend time with you, they want to give you guidance. And at this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to the spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. You need to find out what's your highest good. Okay, what's good for you. Okay, and the only way to be able to do that is to connect with your divine, your ascended masters, whoever your ascended masters are to you. They're calling on you. Okay, so now let's talk about, that was the spiritual guidance message from the ascended masters. Now let's talk about your love life. Okay, in regards to your love life, you need to focus on how much time are you spending, how much time are you giving to your higher power. Okay, how much time are you spending with your higher power? Are you talking to your higher power? Are you spending time with them? Are you asking of them what you need? Are you going to them for growth and a deep spiritual bond, evolution, finding out who you really need to be in spiritual connections with, so that you can remain true to yourself and that person, and also your spiritual person, who's guiding you. Okay, it's time for you to recognize that you are in partnership with the spirit and y'all are one. It's time for you to recognize that you are in partnership with your creator, your higher power, and that you both are one. Okay, the other thing that this is saying as far as your love life is concerned is that you have a deep spiritual bond, spiritual love with someone. Okay, and this person is essential to your life because they're essential to your growth. Okay, and you have to be authentic with this person. You have to be truthful with this person and let this person know how you really feel and express your feelings towards this person. You can't hide your feelings because they need to know how you really feel. As far as your prosperity or your career is concerned, we're talking about career and finances. Okay, you may have a lot of ideas and stuff and creativity that you want to present. Okay, but it's saying your ancestors and your ascended masters are saying, let them take the lead. Okay, they're showing you synchronicities. Okay, they're telling you to use your intuition. Let them take the lead in regards to this new transformation for your life. Okay, you're transforming into somebody new and they're asking you to let them take the lead. Okay, they're asking you to let them guide you. Okay, give them credit where credit is due. Also, somebody needs to work on their throat chakra. Because when I was talking just now, it seemed like my throat wanted to lock up and get stuck and didn't want to bring out what needed to be said. So somebody definitely needs to work on their throat chakra, because you need to express to somebody how you really feel, because this union between you and this person is a spiritual love. Okay, especially with the yin and the higher power being here, and the last card being the deep knowing, and you know that this is a spiritual love. Okay, and you could be a little bit fearful, but what the universe is telling you is it's time to come out of fear, and it's time to present yourself, because you have transformed. You're no longer the old person, but you are a new person with a new mind and a new sound heart, body, soul, and spirit. Okay, and this is all through the higher power. This is the last thing I want to say to you in regards to the spiritual guidance from the higher power in regards to your protection. You are protected. But what the spirit, your spirits, guides, ancestors, okay, the universe, ascended masters, whoever you believe in, your creator is trying to tell you is that in your protection, you need to realize that you can no longer dwell on the past, because you have been transformed to come out of that energy. The past life no longer exists for you, and you have to let that go. Some of you still are lingering in the past, thinking about the past, obsessing over the past, thinking about what you did with people in the past. You have transformed. You are no longer this person from the past. So you have to let the past relationships go, the past people go, the past ways of the people from the past go. You have to say goodbye to the past. This is a new earth. Okay? Things have changed. Okay, while people are still stuck in this mind frame of heaven and earth, no, that doesn't even not heaven and earth, but heaven and hell, that doesn't even exist anymore. The new earth is now hell. Okay? And what once was heaven is now hell. Okay, let me say that again for somebody who may have gotten confused in regards to what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is that those of you who believe in God, the devil and God switch places. Okay? So when you close your eyes and you expecting Satan to be down in hell waiting for you, Satan gonna be in heaven. And God gonna be in hell. Because what once was hell is now the new earth. It has transformed. It's no longer the lake of fire. What once was heaven is now the lake of fire. And that's why you even see on these television shows now, they even have on PBS Kids, they teaching these kids about the solar plexus chakra, and they teaching these kids about the 7 chakras, and they talking to these kids about the universe, because they trying to prepare these kids for what is to come. Things have changed. And if you are a person who has fought against this universal change, you're going to be brokenhearted when you close your eyes, because you are not going to know where you're going, or where you're going to be, or who you're supposed to be a part of as a soul family. Many of us know where we're going because of the simple fact our soul families are already calling us and preparing us. The universe and our ascended masters are already preparing us. But it's not the same anymore. You know, and I wanted to say that to those who believe in God. You're going to be closing your eyes thinking that you're going to heaven, and heaven is now hell. And hell is now the new earth that has been transformed. It's no longer hell. It is dimensions. Okay? And it is dimensions to where you will reside when you close your eyes. You will know which dimension you're supposed to go into. You hear a lot of people talking about the Arcturians and the Palladians and stuff, and Assyrians and stuff, and high priestess, ascended masters, spiritual teachers and stuff. You hear them talking about this stuff already, because this thing has transformed. This new earth has transformed over to a universal living mindset, and everything is set up now in a universal way. And if you're not prepared for the universal change, you're gonna look like what some people say out in the street when they use slang talk. You're going to look like Boo Boo the Fool, because times have changed. It's no longer the same. And many of you are still living in the past because you're like, I don't want this change. I don't want. The universe didn't ask you what you wanted, sweetie. It's happening. The butterfly is not just here because Moon in Scorpio has transformed or changed. The whole universe has changed. Things are not the same anymore. Y'all getting ready to get a rude awakening. Watch how technology is going to change. They're already changing the rules. The government knew what was getting ready to happen, and they had to prepare themselves. It was already written in the book of law. In the book of the universal law, it was already written. In the Bible, for those of you that believe in God, it was written in the book of Revelations. This stuff has already been written in there. What once was hell is now the new earth and has been transformed into dimensions. It's no longer hell. What you thought to be heaven is now hell. So you can close your eyes thinking you're going to meet God or Jesus, whoever you call him, if you want to. But honey, you're going to look up and see the mark of the beast. Okay, and I'm just trying to warn some of you and trying to let you know this Moon in Scorpio transformation card is just not here. This higher power card, this yin card, this deep knowing card is just not here. This was pulled back in the month of August. And I'm pretty sure it was pulled for somebody who had the Moon in the Scorpio as well, transformation, because the spirits, guys, universe, ancestors, and ascended masters wanted me to relay this message. We have 22 up here. That is a master number. That means 22 means being spiritually connected and one in oneness with your higher power. This is serious, you all. 2244. Angels are surrounding, protected. That's what's on my timer right now as I'm speaking to you. 2244. And you cannot accept that, but I'm just here to let you know that this deep knowing is serious. Okay? Now we're going to deep knowing. This is the divine here within the universe. Look how things have changed. This is him. You hear them talking about the 144,000 bride Christ. He's coming back in a universal form. He's not coming back in the form of heaven and hell no more. That don't exist. That is in the past. BC, before Christ. So you better get your mind right to prepare yourself for closing your eyes and seeing dimensions and trying to figure out which dimension you're supposed to be going to. Because that's what's going to happen. You can still call him God. You can still call him Jesus or your creator, divine, higher power, whatever you consider him to be. But you just must understand that he's no longer in the form of what was written in the biblical law anymore. He's no longer in that form. Okay? Now he's within the universal law, and he had to switch to the universal law to protect his people, those of us that had to transform over to a spiritual mindset in order to heal people and save people. Because what's happened was he gave those apostles, and This is a part, I'm going to say this is a part of deep knowing, but I have to say this because the universe is giving me this message to say this. Excuse me. What has happened is those of the fivefold ministry, apostles, prophets, teachers, pastors, and evangelists, okay? And that's what they list in the Bible for those of you who believe in God. They have not done their job when it comes to saving these people and healing these people and saving these people's lives. So, those of you who call him God, he had to switch over to a universal law, universal mindset, because he had to pull his people like us in the collective who do have the power to heal, who do have the power to save, who are using the power to change the people's lives to get the attention of those who respect us, and they are making the life changes necessary. Okay? And I'm going to say this, even though this is hidden information, because as you can see, we have the moon here as well, and then the divine. Okay, and the divine is within the universe, but you see we have the owl sitting on top, which is all about intuition, intuitively knowing, deep knowing, psychic abilities and powers. Let me say something to you. I used to be an evangelist. Okay, and what happened when I was over there in the biblical law mind frame or Christianity set frame, people didn't respect me. And that's what's going on with the fivefold ministry now. People are not respecting the apostles, the prophets, the teachers, the pastors, and the evangelists. It's almost like they're sticking a middle finger up at these people. And they're not listening to what is being told, and their lives are not transforming. The people that they are listening to are the ones of us who are a part of the collective being, okay, who are a part of the dimensions, okay. They are listening to those of us who are spiritual in the collective, and they are changing their lives and they are healing. Okay? I have people who I know and people who are in my family who are still preachers, and people don't respect them. They don't listen to them. That's why in some of these people churches, you see the church about empty, because they don't have respect anymore for the fivefold ministry. So what? Like I said, for those of you that call him God had to do, he had to come out of heaven and go back to hell and transform hell to protect his people like us, because we have been called to rise up and stand up to change the lives of these people who have been broken for many years, because those in the fivefold ministry aren't doing their jobs. And I'm saying this because many have talked about me behind my back. Well, what is she doing? What is she doing? I don't understand. She used to be an evangelist. I don't understand. She got people in her family that's pastors and preachers and teachers and stuff. I mean, what in the world does she think she doing? She can't do this. She can't operate in this. No, I am doing what my ascended master has told me to do, because those that are of the collective, those that are of the dimensions, those that are of the galactic galaxy family universal law, they respect us and listen to us and are listening to what they are told to do in order to transform and change their lives. And you disrespectful people of the fivefold ministry and of the Christianity sector, you're not listening. You disrespectful, you talk back, you don't do what you're told, you're not listening, and you cause more hell and division in the church than you do save it. And this is the reason why those of us had to be spiritually protected. See, once upon a time in the Bible, it would have talked about us being cast and stoned to the lake of fire, because this is a part of divination and witchcraft. Now that is not going to happen because we are protected, because like I said, God is no longer in heaven. He has descended back down to hell to protect his people, and hell is not hell anymore. It is the new earth that has been transformed into dimensions. Do you hear the people talking about the chambers? And they talk about the chambers and like the underground and the Underground Railroad with Harriet Tubman. It don't exist. That's fictional. That's a throw off to keep you from knowing exactly what's really going on. The government think they smart, but they ain't really that smart. Because those of the collective family like us, or those of the collective, we not stupid. We know exactly what's going on. We just can't say everything. We have to be mindful of what we're saying. That's why you see the moon coming out. Or that's why you see the high priestess coming out representing the moon. Okay? Or that's why you see the Two of Swords coming out. The Two of Swords is not always confusion. Yeah, it's confusion within the government because they're trying to throw people off. They keep y'all minds confused and brainwashed. But it's not confusion within us in the collective because we know the truth. Two of Swords means hidden information. Okay? I want you to remember that I'm telling you that. Two of Swords is not just confusion. It means hidden information. Don't you see her with the swords up with her eyes closed? Like she blinded, like she don't know nothing. She dumbfounded. She don't know what's going on. The information is hidden. And it must stay this way. We can't say everything or tell y'all everything that's going on. We just can't. But I've told you enough just to warn you so that you will know. He has left what once was heaven, descended back down into hell because he got to protect us, because this is not supposed to go the way that it's supposed to go. But because, like I said, those in the fivefold ministry, the people don't respect them. They don't respect the Christianity. Some of them don't even believe in it. They're antichrist. Things have had to change where us who are the people that are spiritual, we have had to rise up. What's the lady's name? Is it Andra Day? Is it Andra Day in that song Rise Up? I think that's her name. Because I think on one of my videos that I put on my YouTube channel, I was singing a part of that song in my own version. But we have had to rise up. Now, that's enough being said on that because I can't say too much more. But I've given you enough information for you to understand this thing. If you're confused about why the ones of us who was a part of the fivefold ministry left, we had no choice. Because people of the doctrine are disrespectful. They don't respect the doctrine. Why you think them high priests if you go back and you look at the movie, I think it was The Passion of Christ. Was that the name of that movie? It was because The Passion of Christ or any of them. Look at any of the movies that pertain to Jesus. And look at how the high priest disrespected him. They ridiculed him, talked about him, stoned him, had him crucified. People talking about the Romans. No, the Romans didn't have him crucified. The Romans just did the dirty job. The high priests set him up to be killed. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why many of us had to leave to come to the other side, to be protected. Because in the Christian or biblical law, you're disrespected. Remember, I told you that. We had to turn to spirituality where we're respected instead of in the Christian biblical law where we're rejected and disrespected. Okay? Deep knowing. This is what I'm talking about the big transformation. Deep knowing. I just gave you a deep knowing of what's going on in this world. Prepare yourself. Some of you might be scared right now, like, oh my gosh. She just leaked some serious information that I'm not sure should have come out. But I had no choice because that's what my ascended masters have been guiding me for a while to do. Why do you think they took, what is his name? Dr. Sebi. They took Dr. Sebi, Nipsey, Left Eye, all of them out of here. Because they was too powerful. Nipsey was a god. He was a Muslim god to people. He was an Allah god. And people felt as though he had too much power over the people. And they took him out of here. All they did was use somebody who was willing to take the rap for his life to cover up who really wanted him out of here because he had too much power. That's no different from the Malcolm X situation. That is no different from the reason why they took Malcolm X out of here, because Malcolm X had too much power. Dr. Sebi, S-E-B-I, had too much power. They wiping the ones like this from the face of this earth. Jesus, your God, Messiah, Yahshua, he had too much power. They took him out of here, his own people. These priests. He built these temples for you, and you took your own kind out of here and crucified them and killed them. These are people who stood for power, and they're not dead because you can't have that much power in the government. They don't want nobody having more power over them. Dr. Sebi was a healer who was making stuff to cure people of AIDS and HIV and also cancer, STDs. That's why his products are still living on and his legend is still living on. That's why you see Nipsey Hussle legend still living on, because Nipsey Hussle was considered to be a god like Dr. Sebi and like Malcolm X. He was a Muslim god. And people like that couldn't stay here because that meant you had too much power. You got too much power, and we not going for that. So while they try to make it look like somebody just walked up off the street or walk up on Nipsey Hussle and just took him out of here and just killed Nipsey Hussle like that. No, that man was paid to do that. That man was paid to take the rap, to cover up for who really took Nipsey Hussle out of here. Deep knowing, y'all. This is a part of the deep knowing. This is a part of the things that they don't want you to find out in the government. The Underground Railroad, no, the Underground Railroad is the fifth dimensions. It's the dimensions down there. But for their dimensions, it's totally different from our dimensions and where we going. No, their dimensions are a setup. So with this spiritual guidance here, talking about this deep knowing card, it's simply the universe telling you, open your eyes to your intuition and your intuitive side. Hear what I am saying to you. Okay? They're trying to guide you. Please do not ignore what you're being told, because what's going to happen with the people who are of the biblical law, you're not going to know what to do and what's going to happen and what time and this and that is going to occur when this mess break out. Because you so stuck on a Bible written by man, you didn't see not one time your God or Jesus, whoever you call him, write these words in this Bible. This Bible has been written so many times over and over by man. Did you see Jesus come from out of the sky? Jesus back in the day during his time sitting down writing the Bible? No, you did not. The Bible was in Greek and Hebrew anyway. And look at many times it's been transformed and changed. Transformation. Hello. Deep knowing. The only thing that he wrote was what was in red. That is the only thing that he wrote, but everything was written by man. It was written by major and minor prophets that followed him. So they say. And because these laws were written, you believe that you should follow everything that you told instead of doing research for yourself. Don't you listen to everything that you told, because everything that you hear is not of truth. You better go back and do research. You better know what you're listening to. Do you know how many people lives that some of us in the collective have changed without even being in person with these people, without even having meeting them in person? How many lives the people over in the biblical laws and the Christianity and the part of the fivefold ministry change? Not nary one. They get up and they do the same shout and praise on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever they go to church, and they come right out the door cussing like they did before they got in the church. It's nothing about that authentic. That's what they call in their biblical law hypocrisy. What we call in our universal law fake. Not being authentic. But yet people call us stupid. They call us ill. They call us crazy. They call us fool. They say we got mental problems. We don't have mental problems. You just can't accept that we have a deep knowing about who you really are and the lies that you possess. We know you a liar. We can see straight through you. And people cannot accept that. And I'm not condemning anybody. I'm not condemning anybody who believes in God. But all I'm telling you is get your head out of the clouds looking at a book that was written over and over many times that they call the Bible by different men. Different people. This Bible was not written by Jesus himself. Don't fool yourself to think that. That's why when you buy these different Bibles, it say written by or written by, but you don't see not one time it's written by the Messiah. It's written by Yahshua. It's written by God. You don't, please do the research for yourself. Find the deep knowing and stop listening to everything that you're being told. For some reason, the universe, my ancestors, and my spiritual guides nudged on me just now and said, switch the message, it's time. If you notice, I come in and I give you a message and then I take a long break and I pop back out. It is because my job as a high priestess is a very powerful job. I am a very powerful person. And I have to pull a lot of energy to bring forth the revelation and the truth. The fivefold ministry, apostles, preacher, pastor, teacher, prophets, whoever you want to call them, didn't do their job. So those of us who are spiritual in the collective, we had to take over their job to save the lives of these people who was about to tap out of here in the wrong way. You had some people that wanted to commit suicide. You had some people that wanted to cut their wrist, slit their throat. You had some people that wanted to kill their children, kill babies. You had some people that wanted to take family members' lives. You had people that was had drug addictions, alcohol addictions, prostitution addiction, sex addiction. These people were healed and saved because of the spiritual people Those of us that they call witches and warlocks, you better be careful who you call a witch with a war that can unlock your nastiness. It's all a part of the deep knowing. Quit talking about people and you don't know the power that they hold to change your little nasty self. This is serious. This is not just getting up and pulling some cards out of a deck and speaking some words to the people. This is serious and has become a serious matter in regards to people's lives who are looking up to you and following you. Being a high priestess and a hierophant or ascended master or a spiritual teacher, that is serious. We are like the children of the ascended masters. They actual biological children, and we are held at a higher accountable power to make sure that you're steered in the right way through spiritual guidance. So be careful who you call a witch with a war or a lock. Because the one that you calling a witch got the power to unlock your rude, disrespectful self and put you in a place to where you can have some respect for somebody. And that's why the ascended masters, like I said, took us from out of the fivefold ministry and placed us over here up under protection because we was being disrespected up under the biblical law. Over here, up under the universal law, we're protected and we're respected. If you find yourself fighting and battling with people that's disrespecting you, that means somewhere and somehow you still out of line and you got to transform. That means you have not completely transformed over to being one with your creator. You talking about it, but somewhere there in between, you got some fakeness going on if you still got people coming up against you to attack you. Especially if you've been working in spiritual divination work for quite some time. Deep knowing in regards to your love life. And I'm still on transformation with Moon in Scorpio. For whoever has a Moon in Scorpio, or simply for whoever needs to hear this information. Whoever needs to hear this spiritual guidance. Concerning your love life. This is saying to you all who have a union, or you're supposed to be receiving new love. You know who your person is. Stop trying to tell yourself, well, I'm not sure. I don't think this is the right one. I'm afraid to go over there to the other side, to the unknown. You don't have time to be afraid. It's time to take action. You know who your person is because you've already had dreams of them. You've already seen synchronicities. You've already even had one-on-one spiritual visitation from your spirits, guides, and ancestors. Some of you and your ascended masters to plainly show you in sight who your person was. They visit you in your dreams. Because you still didn't have faith enough to believe that this was my person, and they visit you in the dreams to make it seem as though you was actually with this person for real. To bring you the truth, to open your eyes to the truth. To bring you clarity that this person was your true love. Deep knowing as far as your career is concerned, keep going on the route that you're taking. You know that this is the lane that you're supposed to be in as far as your prosperity is concerned. You know that this is where your ascended masters are guiding you. Keep going. Don't give up on what you've been working on. Take the risk. You are a genius. Let go of the past and know that you are a genius. Okay? You have the mindset to make anything work for you. You have the mindset to create whatever you want. You have the mindset to manifest what you want. You know. You have a deep knowing. You are intuitive. You're psychic. You can see. You can feel. You're an empath. You can feel. You know. Deep knowing in regards to your protection, the spirits of your guides are saying, get some rest. Some of you are overexhausted. You're tired, you're burnt out, and you're still trying to go on what the spirit is telling you. You need to get some rest. Four of Swords energy. That does just not pertain to Libra zodiac sign in the tarot cards. Four of Swords is for anybody who know your body is telling you that you're tired and you're still trying to fight it and keep going. It's time to rest. You need rest. Your body is burnt out. Pull the cord and get some rest. It's okay to say no sometimes. You can't say yes to everything. This has been the reading for whoever has moon in their Scorpio or Scorpio in their moon. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Okay, this has been the reading for whoever has Scorpio or moon in Scorpio. Okay, this has been the reading for whoever was spiritually guided to this message, or whoever just wanted to listen to the message because you just needed to be lifted up in spirits. You could have been down, could have had a rough day, or could have even started a rough week beginning on starting with Sunday. This message was for you. Okay? This is Nicole from Love, Romance, and Passion, sending you love, light, healing, encouragement, and a big, big hug. Because somebody just needs a spiritual hug. You've been crying, you've been sad, you've been going through, you're heartbroken. You even got a little bit of confusion going on. You don't know which way to turn. It's time for you to connect with your spiritual guides. It's time for you to connect with your ascended masters. It's time for you to connect with your ancestors. Connect. Don't you let nobody put no fear in your heart about you living on this earth. The only person you need to be fearful of is your ascended masters, your divine team of angels, and your ancestors, because they hold more power than you. I love you, collective.